The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Sunflower Media Mint. Some programs might include strong images or language that not might be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ever wonder for what's next? It's time for something new. Define things. Straightforward. Different perspectives. It is black and white. You are listening to PrevHue by the New Hue.
Back to the pod on a Wednesday, 9th of September. Well, I assume some of you is still shopping right now. It's 99 from Lazada. My co-host for tonight just came from a stream with Lazada previously, earlier. Well, it's good to be back. The new is back with its second season. We ended season one, a bunch of personalities, people, real people that we talked to during the quarantine, and it's good to be back with the bigger crew, with a bigger family, with a bigger group. And we're coming up with three new shows. Well, actually two shows. The old one, of course, Humod still on Friday, and then the pod, we divided it into two shows. Uh, Previously, you've seen Reg and I with this podcast, and then right now it's me, H, together with my co-host for Preview by the New You, Nina, and tomorrow it's going to be Reg and Gita for BU. So before we even start, and of course I want to introduce our guest for tonight. I want to check on my co-host first. Kamusta, Nins?
Ako ba ang mag-introduce sa kanila?
Actually, kaya kita kinamusta
Sa kanya.
because yes, I want you to introduce her kasi hindi ko mabanggit yung pangalan niya honestly talaga kanina pa. We've been trying to to learn how to pronounce her name, pero iba pag siya yung nagsasabi, but si Nina kanina nagpa-practice na eh. So Nins, care to introduce our guest for tonight.
You should say it first.
Go Nina.
Okay, I'm sorry in advance. Okay. Guys, meet Emilienne, Luciana, Gabrielle, Vigier. Good job. Of Luciana's Maison Bakery. Tama! Yeah, close. Maison. I tried.
Tried her best.
Yeah, okay.
Welcome to the pod, Emily.
Hello.
But
M
can
na lang daw.
M or M, yeah.
Everyone.
But care to pronounce it yourself. It's different
Yes, please.
if you're the one saying it. Kanina it's very
Yeah.
different.
Hello, my name's Emilienne Luciana Gabrielle Vigier,
See?
and I am the owner of Luciana's Maison Bakery. Oh, ang ganda pa
Iba yung dating eh.
Bakit ganun?
But the reason why we're somehow talking in Tagalog is kasi po nagtatagalog siya. She can actually
Yes.
understand and speak fluent Tagalog, English, and of course French. So what's up, Em? Kamusta? How's been life with this? Where it's?
I'm good.
I think it's 7 months, right? 7 months of lockdown already, quarantine, whatever. So how are you?
7 months already?
Yeah, it's been 7 months.
Yeah.
It's been 7 months since we started this quarantine in the Philippines.
I don't even know anymore.
Mm.
I'm okay. I mean, it did take a toll on me after a while, the quarantine, but I've been busy with school and I've been baking on and off, and I've been working out. It's pretty much my lifestyle this quarantine. I only do 3 things. At you're still studying, no? Grabe, you're so young. Yeah. And you have your own bakery. Sasabihin ko
Yeah.
sana Maison Bakery. Pero bakery na lang.
And
Galing.
and it's good to know that of course people tend to look at the brighter side of this pandemic. There are a lot of downsides to this scenario that we are experiencing, but it's good to meet people like you, Em, that kumbaga you're really maximizing your time. You're really looking at the bright side of things. And yeah, you ended up with this venture of yours. Care to share us about the bake shop?
So I did not start during the quarantine. I
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
started last year, November, so hasn't been a year yet.
mm-mm,
Um, Actually, I don't know how to bake. Well, back then, I
Mm-hmm.
just it's actually one of my weak points. Like I can cook, but I can't bake.
mm-mm.
So the reason why I decided to open Luciana's Maison Bakery is because I told myself, okay, I suck at baking, so I'm gonna teach myself how to bake. And so, I'd give like I started off trying the simplest thing, which is cookies, of course. So
Brownie,
no, just cookies. And so I
cookies.
started, I started letting my classmates taste them for me, and then they encouraged me. My family and my boyfriend as well encouraged me to just sell.
Mm-mm.
And then here I am now, um baking like 300 revel bars on a
Wow.
weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
300 Revel bars. If you
Mm-hmm.
haven't checked her Instagram, I mean the bakery, it's about, I think right now it's about 10,000 followers strong,
Followers, yeah.
which started last November lang, 'di ba? Imagine that, and this is all organic. All of these followers, this is all organic. So
Oh,
it's something, I mean, no, not the things that you're baking. I mean
I
the
was like,
no, not that one, not that one. That, I mean, the followers within the bake shop, it's all organic in terms of, meaning it's all about the product. With what you do, I mean, the Revel bars and stuff. What do you think? What do you think? I mean, earlier on the pre-show, I asked you about it. Somehow, how do you think that you differ, or what you call this? You're a bit edgy with the things that you bake.
well, I mean, I guess what I wouldn't say stand out, but
Mm-mm.
what makes me different, I guess, is how I carry my bakery. I'm very transparent. My customers know that.
Mm-hmm.
um, I In the near future, I plan on baking French pastries because they don't they don't sell a lot here, and I think people should taste different things as well, not just cookies. I mean, we're all baking cookies right now. It's like a freaking cookie world. But I guess it's just like, yeah, how I carry the bakery, how transparent I am, and how, you know I sell. I don't sell a lot of things
Mm-mm.
in one
Mm-mm.
go. I make sure that I close to master what I make, and I sell little by little until I know that it's good.
That's nice.
Because sometimes you tend to make so many things and you're just like, some don't taste as good, some, it's like that.
It
And also siguro, no, kaya ka nag-stand out, I'm sure sobrang sarap talaga. Kasi there's a lot of like cookies or whatever around us. Pero talagang yun sa'yo, followers pa lang 10,000. So I guess may something special talaga.
I
Kailangan
hope
talagang
so.
matry
I
ito.
mean, it's hard. I mean, for anyone who cooks or bakes, they know that it's hard to tell if your products are good because
it's true.
nakakaumay.
That's true.
Like,
Yes, that's true.
like you're freaking baking the same thing. You've tried it so many times and you just can't tell anymore. Like, is
Mm-mm.
it really good?
Mm-mm.
Like, sometimes your customers tell you it's so good, but you're just like, thanks, but I'm not sure.
Oh,
Me-
by the way, your friends are watching. H, do you want to pronounce their names?
no,
So,
no.
from
Go
your
ahead. Go ahead.
surname, Vigie, let's go M. Sabi ni Julia Cancelloni.
Ka- yeah, she's my best friend.
Hi, Julia. And, wait lang, may isa pa ako nagbasa dito. Transparent and honest, Miguel Luis Goyenechea. Hi.
And it's good how you, I
So,
mean,
oh, hindi okay, let's move on.
and
So
it's
I'm just
good.
curious.
Yeah, go Nins.
No, I'm just curious because earlier we were talking and then I asked you if you're kasi I assume na you're taking culinary. So,
No.
judgmental ako. Ay, yung pag-assume ko talagang specific, I assume na either culinary, definitely, either Enderan or CSB. So,
Mm-mm.
di ba? Sinabi ko talaga yun eh, no? But can you tell us the story? Because you said mali eh.
Yeah, I'm actually studying diplomacy in
See?
CSB, which is nothing close to um culinary. I'm just
Yeah.
self-taught, honestly.
Bakit? How?
And then, because as a kid, I always enjoyed cooking, and my my classmates know that. I'd always cook for them during sleepovers. Julia knows that. I'm always gonna cook for her. But I just decided, like I said earlier, it's my weak point. So I told myself, okay, give it a shot. If you can bake, if you can teach yourself how to bake, then that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But this is really something weird because I'm liking baking and cooking so much, but we've seen with her. I mean, syempre, tayo, let's say ako, mahilig ako kumain. Alam mo output nun, di ba? But with M, well, how,
No, she mentioned earlier,
hmm,
sabi niya ano daw, keeping yourself active.
yeah.
Parang
How do you
ganun.
do this? How do you do this?
Exercise.
Kasi
Yeah.
with all of the things that you're baking, it's very sinful. It's very sinful, man. But yeah, how do you do that? How do you maintain the balance between fit and of course the bake stuff?
Uh, well, a few years ago, I decided to um just exercise because I used to have some weight on, and so ever since it became a habit.
Mm-mm.
Since I was like 15, became a habit to just regularly exercise. And so now, if I don't exercise, I have no energy. So I do it all the time that I find energy. Even before baking, I'm going to exercise. It's just right before baking because I need, that's like my way of finding fuel, you know?
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
And I relatively eat healthy too. Because basically, it also has to do something with my stomach. So I can't just eat whatever I want. Even when I bake, I can't eat like one whole bar. Like it,
Mm-mm.
my stomach's not gonna it's not gonna digest properly.
Sana ganun din ako. Because I'm baking din. Problem is, meron time na, hindi ako kasing promo ha. So, may time na bake ako ng bake and then, kailangan ko talaga mag-stop. Kasi, natatempt ako to eat everything na binibake ko. So, ending yung sugar level ko. Wild. So, siguro kailangan exercise din, no?
Yeah,
Mm.
I mean, you have to really taste whatever you bake. I taste every batch.
Yeah, I
Naman.
saw on your post.
But I'm not. But I yeah, the scraps.
Yeah, yeah.
Scrap
But I'm not
eater.
gonna like binge eat naman. Like I can't
Yeah.
eat
Yun ang
too much.
problem.
As long as I try each batch, then I'm okay. But there
Mhm.
are times I'm really gonna look for chocolate or sweets. So it's not like I restrict myself also. You should never. You should also eat what you wanna eat from time to
And
Yeah.
speaking of the brand that you're currently building, I mean with Luciana's, and you mentioned earlier about transparency and of course being honest. It's a good foundation in terms of building whatever brand anybody can think of. Kasi at this point in this of this pandemic, like how we started the new you, diba? When we're talking about the new you, we're talking about no gaslighting here. So when we say gaslighting about manipulation of marketing and stuff and all na, hey, this is good for you or this will make you feel better or what, it's good to know that the things that you look, especially on Instagram, and I want to be straightforward about this because when you look at Instagram, there's just too much false advertisement all over. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
and that's something that we want to point, where we're not pointing on specifics, but in general, a majority of it, there's a lot of false advertisements within Instagram. And it's good. I mean, madami na ngayon magaling mag-picture, to be honest.
True.
We'll have
So true.
a friend of mine, I think 2 weeks from now. Uh, they're a couple. Their business right now is more on visual photography, and the pictures are good, really really good. I will show it to you guys once the episode is out. That's 2 weeks from now. Sobrang, if you see the pictures, if you look at it, you will buy, definitely, because people by default are visual creatures. So if you see
Yeah.
something that is good, definitely that's about 80%. I'm buying that one. But hearing from you, Emily, na your bake shop, well, you're building it based on trust and what you're not hiding anything, like what do you call this? Sugar coating it with, oh, this is fit. This is something that's organic in a sense. No, something like that. And then at the end of the day, hindi naman pala talaga. So
Yeah.
I would rather know what I'm buying and what I'm eating. Kasi at the same time, like for example, Nina's sugar is, yun na nga, kanina sinasabi niya, medyo
Yeah.
gumaganong level na eh. So,
Pang tita yung sugar ko eh.
true. And when we talk about food, it's something that you have to be honest. Because
Yeah.
you have to take care of your customers. But with
Yeah,
the
of
brand
course.
with the brand that you're creating, Luciana's, any backstory about this? Why
But
Luciana's? Why, yeah.
why did I name it that?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, the first thing I wanted to avoid when looking for a name was using ingredients or baking words
Mm.
because everybody's using it. And so I told myself, oh, you know what? I'll just use my second name. I mean, don't know anyone named Luciana here, right?
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna still be different. And then maison, and I mean that
Ayun na
means
naman yung
home, but
maison. Maison.
maison means home. But when you apply it to
Mm-mm.
like um, cuisine or um, like fashion, like maison, for example, like maison couture or something, it means more like traditional. It goes like way back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it feels homey,
Mm-mm.
and then yeah, bakery because I bake.
Yeah. Perfect.
I
And
just wanted to keep
Luciana's
it
maison.
simple.
yes. And it's aligned to, I think, the things that you want to do next, like that, those
Yeah.
French things and all that you shared earlier to us. Um,
Yeah.
I'm just curious,
go.
So what's your very first? I'm sure you don't bake everything pa at first.
No.
So what's the first one? Rebel bars?
What? No, that was new. That was this year.
Oh.
The first were
Mm.
the cookies, and they looked so
Oh.
different before. My gosh, they looked so different
So
before.
nag-evolve din pala.
Yeah, I mean, you should never be satisfied by baking one thing once and selling it
That's
once.
true.
You should
That's true.
always have room for
Improvement.
improvement.
Improvement. Yeah,
You
that's
Exactly.
know,
true. Mm-hmm.
What may be perfect
like you should,
today
you
is not perfect for tomorrow. So yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you should never limit yourself. So I was shocked. Like, it's always full of trials and errors when
Mm-mm.
if you're in the kitchen or in anything that you do. And so just always put effort and sometimes even making mistakes it can even turn into something great.
Tama.
That's how I figured out the flour with my cookies. I made a mistake and I was
Oh.
like, oh, it looks even better now and tastes better.
Oh yeah, I have a friend. We have a friend, the Castarunery. There's a custard and macaroons. Yeah. So, ngayon, product na talaga siya.
Mm.
So,
And
mm-hmm.
Em, you're also doing cold.
Tatakam ako sa menu mo. Oh my God, sweet tooth talaga.
Ay, gutom na naman si Nina.
Ay,
Em, you're
nako.
also doing
Tap.
cold coffee.
Huh?
You're also doing cold coffee.
Yeah, but I have someone helps me make them because
Okay.
I have no time to fucking brew coffee.
This is- but the good thing here is it's the brand that you created actually with that's the thing with preview. We want to somehow showcase new businesses coming in, of course, and of course give this platform to everyone, at least for most of them na hindi pa, of course, di pa kila si Luciana's and the other businesses that we will feature later on. It's good to try out. And guys, this is actually local stuff. I mean, M is from here in the Philippines, obviously, and then you can just order away from Instagram or whatever. Later on, we'll ask her to tell you guys how to order. But with this, I think like with the other people that we talked last season, it's good that they have incorporated themselves as the brand and to do what they want to do, what they do best. I mean, we've talked to some doctors, DJs, healthcare models, fashion designers that right now are doing something else because we're in the middle of a pandemic. Okay, we this is a typical reset button for everyone, and it's good. Na I mean, like M is still studying right now, and it's good that to see someone her age, this young, having this mentality of having her own business or her own empire to begin with. Uh, but going into to this, how do you see this evolving, pa M? How do you see this moving forward with the bakery, and then later on, what can they expect?
I guess, I mean, they can expect it to be open for a while first. It will depend also next year when I finish college. I'm not saying it's gonna close, but
Yeah,
you know, I have I want to do corporate after, so
really.
might be open for a while. I'll still create new stuff
Mm-mm.
little by little, gradually, and yeah, I mean, it's not gonna close anytime soon. Don't worry, but we'll see first. I need to get my diploma before I, in case I prioritize baking and decide to work with that in the long run.
Sure. Means anything?
Um, Wait lang medyo hangin yung question ko.
Go go
Earlier
go.
pa yun.
Sige sige.
I'm just
Go back.
curious kasi once na I'm sure you're parang trial and error. You said earlier, every recipe, trial and error. And then when you reach that perfect recipe, is it always like consistent? Because you bake every batch, di ba? Like, let's say, kunwari, for this week, or what, you think pare-pareho? Or like exactly the
I know
same?
naman it's yeah, but most of the time it's exactly the same. But it won't be the same if the weather outside is bad. Like that affects your food. So
Mm.
there are times where it's raining and it's very humid and
Mm-mm.
you're baking cookies. You can bake the exact same batch, but it's not gonna turn out the same because the humidity affects the cookies. So
Oh,
sometimes it's just
okay.
not gonna be the
Komplikado.
same.
Yeah, complicated nga. Kasi yun nga, nagtitry-try ako mag-bake. So, kanina ko pa siya gustong itanong. So, pati weather pala.
And this baking
Yeah, I
M.
mean,
Mm-mm. Go ahead M.
no. Go ahead.
No, I mean this baking. You studied it on your own, diba? Kasi this is not your course.
Yeah.
So all on your own.
No.
Wow.
Yep. At home.
Saan galing?
Kaya nga eh, parang, okay, for a person to produce something like this, well,
Mhm.
disregard the pictures. I mean, with the feedback from the pictures itself, you know, it's something to look forward to. Uh anything you want to anything you want to share with those people that who might be downloading this podcast afterwards, because this podcast will be available afterwards on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast. So if they're going to download this, and anything you want to say there to anyone who plans on starting their own side hustle or business aligned to this one?
Um, I guess, you know, just go for it. I don't think anything should stop you or even other people's opinions. I mean, if you're proud of what you've made or what you make,
Mm-hmm.
then there shouldn't be any doubt about, selling.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I mean, you'll know if it's good or not because of the work that you put in.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be shy to sell because you never know. You might actually go far with it.
Exactly. And
Wait lang.
go.
Sorry. M is real. She always posts herself sweaty.
Who said that?
And J. Marine Yap.
Marine, yep.
Yeah, and her baking is as real as herself. Yeah, I can tell. And the other comment naman, her brand has personality. That's so true. Hard to see that nowadays with all the new home baking businesses popping up. Yeah, and tama naman. Oh my God, my friend. Hi, Cho. Anyway, that's true. I can tell. As in, pag kita ko na Instagram mo, parang what's so special about this bakery? Pero when I met you earlier, parang alam ko na eh. Kasi it's not just about your baking, though pangarap ko siyang matikman.
Order na.
Medyo
When you move to
next week.
Alabang,
When
Yeah,
you
I'm
move.
moving to Alabang. Definitely. So, pero alam ko agad, like, from your personality.
Mm-mm.
So, no wonder, but yung followers is 10,000. Mataas. Yeah.
It's a good start.
Parang TikToker to si, ano eh, si M eh.
that's what I do on my breaks.
How you do? You're on TikTok.
No, I just started. Just started.
When Gita shared to us about, actually when we were planning season 2, Gita and the rest of the gang, Nina, and then she mentioned, oh, let's invite M on the show and that and all. And then I was looking, we were looking, what does M do? Oh, she started this bakery and this stuff ganito. Because we were looking at the pictures of your product, parang oh my god, nakakagutom. Titignan pa lang namin honestly, it's really sobrang nakakaano na siya, nakakagutom na talaga yung, and it really,
Very enticing.
ganun na yung pakiramdam. And with the looks of it, guys, you have to check out her Instagram. It's Lucian, ano to? Luciana
Luciana, Misong,
Bakery.
Misong.
Bakery, yes.
Pag kami nagsasabi, iba.
You have to follow that on Instagram now. Okay, that's about 10,000K strong in terms of followers. And if they want to order something, how do they get in touch? Or do you have any physical shop right now, or it's all online? How do you go with this?
No, I don't have any physical shop. My only shop is my kitchen.
The kitchen.
But no, they have to. But what I do for now is they'd have to message me
Okay.
on Instagram and ask for the form. Used to be through Google form,
Okay.
but then people don't listen. They still fill it out when I say it's full. So I take it out,
Okay.
and yeah, so they just message me through Instagram.
So just message.
Although I'll have a site when I have more time to the process.
Okay, so you're building a site for this one also.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we wrap this show, I mean, we're just getting started, but usually with the new you, it's about 30 minutes or more. Actually, it's really really fast. We're past the 30-minute mark already with our pilot. Fly so fast. Anyway, Well, what else do you do? I mean, outside of baking, outside your work stuff or your fitness routine, who is Em? Care to share some?
Oh man, who is Anne? It's so hard. You can ask someone to describe themselves. Uh, M is I don't know.
Sweaty,
She's
according to
someone.
your friend.
Yeah,
I miss sweaty.
MSA. I don't know why Maureen should to just say that. No, I met someone that is. This is true. I'm very independent.
Mm.
That's one thing.
Mhm.
But I'm also someone that enjoys a good challenge. You know,
Good.
and I'm very hyper. That's it.
Well, wait.
I'm not.
Mm-mm.
I'm not afraid to just be myself.
Perfect. Nins, anything else for them?
Um, sold na ako dito kay Emily plus sa Luciana's Misong.
Nasihan kang sabihin niya, no?
Yeah, actually, di ba kanina pa, Misong?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so I guess next time, we were talking earlier na we're curious with your playlist. So, New You has this Friday thing,
Mm-mm.
the You Mood. And then we're gonna invite you kasi curious kami sa mga pa-dancey-dancey mo. Nakita ko sa post earlier. And then, while baking, like, we just wanna know ano yung mga
Oh,
sound trip mo. Diba?
Do you listen to music while baking? Hello?
Sometimes, I mean, the AirPods make my ears hurt, so most of the time I don't really listen to music. Just, I prefer it being silent when I bake.
Ah.
Or when it's like much more focused.
Baka daw sumobra yung mga sugar nung
Baka mapasobra sa lagay.
Rebel bars.
Yeah, you know that happens. Hindi. No.
Talaga?
Totoo naman kasi sometimes you're like putting eggs and then after you're like, I forgot the white sugar because you're just there like listening to music and then so many things are going on. Yeah, it happens a lot.
So, full concentration
You
din,
start
no?
from zero.
Well,
Yeah, I mean it's different for everyone. Some people need music when they bake.
mm-mm.
Some I just don't. It's weird, but you know we all have our own preference.
Well,
True.
yeah, and well, this episode, the new Fudge, this is about M. This is not about anyone. This is about Luciana's. So, and, well, when we haven't met M personally, actually, we just met her a few minutes ago, well, based on the few minutes that we've been talking, and of course, the people in the section who are watching and listening to this episode right now, and possibly downloading this as well. I think with the new you, like how we started it, the new you as per se is we're talking about to this community, to you, to the people, and really encouraging you to be you. And when we asked the question earlier about M, who's M, well, something that we can say right now is that M is real. M is M. As simple as that. Emily Vigier. Ano? Sorry, hindi ko talaga mabansin. Thank you.
Emilienne.
Emilienne.
Wait.
One more.
Emilienne. Okay. Go ahead.
Go.
Me? Oh my God, for the last time. Emilienne, Luciana, Gabrielle, Vigier.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
It's good.
Enough,
Anyway,
you know, for our first timer.
thank you so much. Thank you so much
Yes.
for sharing the pod with us.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure to have you on the show on our pilot for season 2. And there's a lot of new things that people can expect with the new you. The new you started as a bedroom podcast. Reg and I started this just talking about people, society, and culture and stuff. And then, like what we mentioned, there's 3 shows for this season. PrevHue. Tomorrow we will have BU. So I'm taking a break. It's going to be Reg and Gita on the show with Chelsea Ronquillo. It's getting to know more Chelsea for for tomorrow. Yeah.
Robbie! She's one of my closest friends.
Chelsea's going to be on the pod tomorrow. And then on Friday, it's going to be I'm going to be back on the pod with Reg and Vino. For Umud, we'll have Renee Dominique on the pod as well with her playlist Road Trip. Okay, so watch out for that. So once again, first with my co-host on the pod, it's H. This is PrevHue by the New You. Still your black and white podcast. Still straightforward. Always black and white. Always your New You. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Bye.